All right, fantastic. All right, so good morning, everybody. My name is Tatiana Calderon, and we'll get started just in a few minutes. While we give people a moment to get situated, if you need to get anything, please do so now. I also want to announce that this presentation will be available with closed captioning. And our, hold one second, everybody. Vicente just joined us.
Tatiana, I'm in as a panelist, I believe. Will you still need to set me up for the interpreting room? Is that correct?
I'm doing that right now, Vicente. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, thank you. I'm sorry for that delay.
No problem, thank you. All right, so we have our interpreter now, Liliana.
Oh, sorry.
So as I was saying, good morning, everybody. Sorry, we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties getting this webinar started this morning. But as I was saying, I just want to let you guys know that this presentation will be available with closed captioning. Additionally, we'll be providing simultaneous interpretation in Spanish this morning, for which I will now provide the instructions for our Spanish attendees to join. So, buenos días a todos. Hoy siempre brindamos servicios de interpretación simultánea a nuestros eventos, igual que aquí en Zoom. So, por favor de hacer clic en el globo al fondo de la pantalla donde dice Interpretation y luego haga clic en el idioma que desee escuchar, en este caso, español. Si quiere escuchar solo al intérprete, puede también hacer clic en Mute Original Audio, que silenciará el audio original. Muchísimas gracias de nuevo y bienvenidos a Sinergia. Estamos agradecidos de tenerlos aquí. So before we begin, I wanted to let you know that we are broadcasting today's event via our Facebook page. And I want to give a warm welcome to everybody that's joining us there. So just a brief housekeeping notes, there will be a poll activated at the end of this presentation. We encourage questions at any time. However, please remember that this is a public forum and we are broadcasting on Facebook just to keep any private information private. So once again, good morning, everybody. My name is Tatiana Calderon, and I am the Autism Initiative Coordinator here at Synergia's Metropolitan Parent Center. And I just wanted to say a few words about Synergia. Synergia is a multi-service agency located in Manhattan that has been supporting New Yorkers with disabilities and their families for more than 40 years. We offer a rich source of information and training tailored for parents, including parents whose primary language is not English or who they themselves have special training needs. We help them participate more effectively in their children's education and development, and we partner with professionals and policymakers to improve outcomes for all children with disabilities. Synergia is Spanish for synergy and is one of New York City's 3 federally funded parent centers committed to serving people with disabilities and their families, and with an added focus on communities of color and the economically disadvantaged. Synergia creates innovative programs ranging from transitional housing for homeless families who have children with disabilities, community residences for adults with developmental disabilities, parenting classes for adult parents with intellectual disabilities, and parenting and education advocacy training for parents of children with disabilities. I want to thank you all for being here today. We're absolutely happy that you can join us today, and welcome to Synergia. So right before we get into our presentation today, I just wanted to share a bit of information about our presenter. So today we have Liliana Diaz-Pedrosa. She is an attorney at Advocates for Children of New York, which is an independent agency devoted to ensuring New York City public school students get the support they need to learn. As director of Advocate for Children's Parent Center, she guides the project in providing information, dissemination, capacity building, and legal representation to New York City families on education-related matters. She previously co-spearheaded AFC's Immigrant Student Rights Project, serving newly arrived families and English as a new language learners who experience barriers in the New York City public schools. Liliana graduated from Fordham University School of Law and has a BS in Foreign Service from Georgetown University. She has conducted hundreds of workshops on various aspects of New York education law and practice for parents and professionals. Hailing from Puerto Rico, she's fluent in her native Spanish and also speaks French. Welcome to Synergia, Liliana. We're so happy you could join us today.
Thank you so much, and thank you for hosting us today. So for those of you who are joining us today, we're going to be speaking about Turning 5, the kindergarten admissions process. So We'll be sharing some time together. This is actually a pretty straightforward presentation. I wanted to thank you all for being here, for listening. I want to invite you to ask questions during the course of the presentation. I think there's a Q&A feature, and I'm not entirely sure how you're doing this in Facebook Live, Tatiana, but I thank Synergia again for setting this up and for being so kind in the whole process. So today, why are we here? Let's make sure that we're in the right place. So all children born in 2018 have the right to a public school kindergarten seat in September of 2023. There are two different processes specific for families of children with disabilities. The first is what we call the Turning 5 kindergarten IEP process. Families of preschool students with disabilities will participate in a kindergarten IEP meeting this year while your child is in preschool to determine the special education services that they will receive and next year. We cover this topic in a separate webinar. You can register for that webinar on our website for Advocates for Children. I'll tell you about us a little bit later on. Today, we're exclusively covering, though, the kindergarten admissions process, the process of applying to New York City Department of Education schools. So all families, including families of students with disabilities, are encouraged to apply to kindergarten, to New York City public school kindergartens. The application to apply to New York City public schools is open. It closes on January 20th. It is not a first come, first serve situation. Everybody applies, and then at the end of the application process, as I will explain, the Department of Education will start offering placement to students. Because public schools serve students with and without disabilities, most children will attend the school that makes them an offer through the kindergarten admissions process, so it's really important that families apply. And today we're going to be focusing exclusively on this process. So today's training, let's see. What are we going to be talking about? First, the kindergarten admissions process is, again, open to families of children born in 2018. So that means from January 1st to December 31st of 2018, all children who were born in 2018 will hopefully start kindergarten in September of 2023. Families will be applying to school this year for their child to attend in September. All families can and should participate in this process, including families of students with disabilities, families to speak a language other than English, and families of students in temporary housing and in foster care. We're going to start with a quick introduction to Advocates for Children. We heard a little bit about Synergia, our sister agency, but I'll tell you a little bit more about ours. We will go over the kindergarten admissions process. We're going to talk a little bit about researching schools and understanding how offers are made, as well as tips as to how to apply for schools. We're going to cover a little bit about charter schools, which are independent public schools that have a separate application process, and also special considerations for students with disabilities. And we will end with resources and context in case you experience any issues. We should be together about an hour, probably less than that. And of course, as much time as we need to get all the questions answered, okay? Throughout the webinar, we are going to check in to see if there are questions. If there are no questions, we're going to continue. But if there are questions, we'll try to stop so that we can answer them. So where do I come from? So behind me, you see there's a different logo. It says Advocates for Children of New York. We are an independent agency that protects the rights of all New York City public school students. We are not affiliated with the Department of Education. We're a parent center and a legal services organization. We're a sister agency to Synergia. We offer a number of similar services. We focus exclusively on education rights in New York City. Our main services are a helpline that runs 4 days a week, from Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4. But you can also email us at, and I'll give the address later on, but it's also right behind me, info@advocatesforchildren.org. And you can call us with questions about anything that has to do with admissions to middle school, kindergarten, high school, special education, suspensions, questions about promotion, things that have to do with education in New York City. We offer also free legal services to families of low income who live in New York City regarding education rights, and tons of guides and resources on our website at advocatesforchildren.org. We also have a YouTube page that has recorded webinars like this one, but also expanding to early intervention, graduation options for students with IEPs, and everything in between. We do a ton of workshops and trainings, and of course, policy advocacy and impact litigation. All our services are free, same as Synergia. So if you need us, please call us. We're here for you. I think it's a little too early for questions, but if there are any, Tatiana, just let me know. And if not, I'll go on to.
Will do. Okay. Just make sure to just slow down a little bit, Liliana, please, for an interpreter.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was about to ask if the interpreter was okay.
It's all working good. You can continue.
Okay, it's a little hard for, an adopted New Yorker to slow down. I will try. Okay. So this is a question for you all to consider. I don't think that we'll have an opportunity to really answer it here, but think about what your answer might be. During the Department of Education's kindergarten admissions process, you can apply to A, Department of Education non-specialized schools. And when we say non-specialized schools, we mean your community school, your regular corner school, and or B, charter schools, or C, private schools, or D, all of the above. So what does the kindergarten admissions process do for you? Now, I know you can't really respond, so I'll just answer the question, and that is, during the kindergarten admissions process, you really can only apply to Department of Education non-specialized schools. That would be choice A. Charter schools have a separate application process that actually happens later, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. Private schools have their own admissions process. If you're interested in a private school that doesn't offer special education services, that's another day. You can contact a private school directly, but it certainly is not all of the above. Now, for the process overview, so what do you do to be able to go through the kindergarten application process? Well, the first step is really researching the schools, finding out what possible schools you can apply to for kindergarten, what schools interest you, and then once you have an idea, then you apply. By January 20th, that is your deadline to apply. You can apply at any time during that time. It is not first come, first serve. So you do not have to worry about being the first one to get your application in, but please do get your application in as soon as you're able to, so that it is not January 20th and you are at that point applying for the first time. And then you receive offers in the spring, and then you accept the offer. And that is actually a very important detail. Once you receive an offer, even if it's not an offer that you're pleased with, you should accept the offer given, because that reserves your seat. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit too. What does that mean? And then you hear from any wait lists that you might be placed in. Okay. All right. So the first step in researching a school is finding out what your zone school might be. And your school district. Now, what is your zone school? A zone school, every school in New York City is assigned a zone, a region, an area of service. So your neighborhood school is required to serve a specific number of buildings around it. And that area of service is called the zone. So each public school in New York City has a zone assigned to them. And because of where you live, you too have a school that has been assigned to serve your residents where you live, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do is to find out your zone school. And the second thing you're gonna do is to find out your school district. Now, New York City is divided into 5 boroughs, as we know. And within those 5 boroughs, there are 32 school districts. So these are just divisions in the way that the New York City Department of Education has organized the boroughs. So for example, if you imagine in your head the island of Manhattan, you go very, very tip in the bottom, Lower East Side, Chinatown Financial District, that would be District 1. Then you move up to the East Side, District 2, then you're now Upper West Side, District 3, and so on and so forth until you jump to District 7 in the Bronx, and you keep going until you get to Staten Island. So you have a zone school and you live in a district. So those are 2 very important things they need to find out, because most students attend elementary school close to their home and have high priority of being admitted to their zone school and other schools within their district. So those are your areas of priority. And then the next thing you're going to do is to research school options. And online on the page, you'll see that there are some links as to where you can go to find your zone school and to know what your zone school might be. But to research school options, one of the places that we like to send families to is myschools.nyc, which is the Department of Education online directory with information on all New York City non-specialized schools, including contact information and a whole bunch of little details. I'll show you a little bit about that later on. You can create an account in My Schools before you start your application process, but you don't have to have an account to look for schools in My Schools. One of the things that I like about My Schools is that you can filter for schools based on location, whether it's close to public transportation or other options. Another place that we like to recommend for families to visit is insideschools.org, which is a website where reporters have reviewed schools and have left information about schools, but also where parents leave reviews of schools. So those are two places where you can go. Parents in the past used to go to open houses and virtual tours. There is still some possibility for virtual tours in some schools, but because we are at the tail end of the year, it might be a little bit harder to be able to locate tours. However, there are still opportunities for you to do so. You can contact the schools that you're interested in and to see what possibilities there may be. And then finally, you have to understand admissions priorities. So how is it that the Department of Education admits students to specific schools, and in what order? What are the priorities for admissions? This is separate, of course, from how you rank schools, the way that you organize schools in the order of your preference. So you rank schools in your order of preference, with your favorite one being number one. And then you also have to match that with the Department of Education admissions priorities, which is how is it that they admit students. So we're going to cover admissions priorities today, but you can also find explanations on the Department of Education's website and the admissions guide. I'll talk to you a little bit more about the admissions guide in just a second. Just to tell you that the admissions guide is not a directory, it's more of a manual as to how to go about with the application process. Okay, so let's see the admissions guide. So this admissions guide is, as I said, a Department of Education how-to application process. It is not a directory. The directory is in myschools.nyc. So it's available in 10 languages. It is an overview of My Schools, so it explains to you how My Schools works, how to create an account. It has a checklist to help you enter and keep track of important dates. And it just really helps you understand the admissions process a little bit better and admissions offers a little bit better. Again, it doesn't have a lot of information about specific school. It is not a directory. It's only kind of like a manual for you to be able to make sense of the application process. Now, this is where you're going to find, let me just make sure I got this one correctly. There you go. This, My Schools, is the online directory. This is where you're going to find information about the specific schools. You don't need an account to search. You can create an account at any time, even before you think about applying. And then you have an option to change the language. Let me see if I can show you. So you see over here, there is sort of an icon that we've come to recognize as a translation icon. You'll see it over here. You'll see it over here. And if I do it, I think this is a screenshot, so you won't see it here, but you can translate the page to a language that you're more comfortable with. In this case, excuse me, we entered the physical address of Advocates for Children to find out what our zone school might be and what our options might be. Excuse me. And so we find that the option for us is Chelsea Prep, which is in District 2. That first number, the number 2 is your district. M for Manhattan, and the school number PS 33. Okay, so that seems to be our zone school. So we like the idea of it. We might actually apply to it. But you can also see that there are other choices down here. I'm sorry, up here, where you can filter down by other pieces of information that you might be interested in. So we wanted to see a little bit more about Chelsea Prep. And so we find that it's about half a mile from us. The buses that take you there, also the website for the school, and other contact information. It tells me a little bit more about that there's no shared space, so there's no co-location with a charter school, for example. This is a school that is a standalone school. And again, there's just a lot more information than probably I can find here. Other features like pickup. So when you're thinking about how to apply to kindergarten, as parents, we have to think about a number of different things. What are your priorities? What are you looking for in a school? So some of these things are important for me. I'm a working parent, so I need late pickup. I need to find out if there's an after-school program, how much that after-school program might be. Is it free? How late does it go? How early does it go if I need early pickup? I'm a native Spanish speaker. Am I going too fast, Vicente? Let me know. And if I'm a native Spanish speaker, my children are English language learners. I was very interested in a dual language program, so I wanted to know. And I almost exclusively applied for my eldest to dual language programs because that was my preference. I also need to know if the school has a playground because my eldest in particular needed a lot of space to move. She was very active. And I was concerned that without space to move, she might not be able to pay attention in the classroom. There are other considerations. For example, if you have a child with a disability, does the school offer some of the services that your child might be? Now, remembering, we're not discussing the creation of the IEP today. However, we don't live in a vacuum. Public schools do not know and will not know what services your child might need until after the creation of the IEP for kindergarten, which will occur only after the kindergarten admissions process is ended. So the best you can do is sort of try to estimate. If your child will need additional services, you might want to call the school and say, hey, my child needs speech therapy, and will probably continue to need speech therapy. Is that a service that you offer? And in the school, and most schools will say absolutely yes, because they do offer speech therapy. A question I like to ask is how many students were left without services last year, so that I have an idea of, well, is this a school that can offer some, if not all of the services, beyond saying that they can, do they actually do so? I hope that makes some sense. Let me see if I can get to the next slide. All right, so again, I know that you're not going to be able to reply to this, but I still want to ask the question because I want you guys to think about this a little bit. So children are most likely to receive a kindergarten offered to A, the school they attended for pre-K, B, the school their siblings attend, C, their zone school, and D, their top choice school. I'll give you a second to think, and then I'll just give away the answer, which is C, their zone school. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the kindergarten admissions priorities for most schools for zone schools, okay? This can seem a little bit complicated, but it can be very easily summarized. So the closest you are to your zone, so think about the center of the target as the zone school, the school that you're interested in, the higher the likelihood of admissions to that school. So the first thing, you're going to break it down as who lives in the school zone, siblings, preschool programs, and then other students in district. So let's start with that. First priority of admissions, children who are zoned for the school and have a sibling at the school continuing for next year. Then we let in other children who are zoned for the school. So the first priority is for siblings of zoned students. Second priority for every other zone student. Then priority number 3, children who live in the zone, who live in the school's district, but not the zone, and have a sibling at the school continuing next year. And then everyone who lives outside the district and has a sibling in the next school year. So the next priority is really for siblings. So you live first in the district, you have a sibling. Next, you lived outside of the district and you have a sibling at the school. You go and that is your next priority group. And then priority 5 is a child who lives in the district and are currently enrolled in the school's preschool program. And then children who live outside the district and are currently enrolled in the school's preschool program, then everyone else who lives in the district, then all other children who live outside of the district. So if you have a sibling in the school, I think it's the bottom line, or if your child is in the school's preschool program, then that puts you in a higher priority of admissions than you might be otherwise, considering again that your zones being in the school, in the zone, I'm sorry, applying to the school that is your zone school gives you the highest priority no matter what. This seems a lot complicated, so why don't we just break it down a little bit? I also needed to add that students who need an accessible school are going to receive an offer before other students in their priority group. So within their own priority group, if you're priority group number 3, which is children who live in the school's district but are not zoned for this school and have a sibling at the school, and they have a mobility need and they need an accessible school, those will be placed first to go in within that group. They won't skip to the group before them. They will just be placed first within their priority group. Okay, that might be a little complicated, so let's see how it plays out. All right.
Liliana, before you continue, you have a comment in the chat.
Okay.
It said, is there any priority for being located in adjacent school district?
No, so you're either in district or you're out of district. So if you're, we had a situation a few years ago where a family was living not across the street, a couple of blocks from a school that they were interested in, but happened to live in a different district. So they weren't zoned for the school, and the district line, the boundary line was drawn like right where they were. Even though they were very close to the school, they were out of district, so their priority level was much lower. If you are, so there is just really, it's a very much a very strict division in district or out of district, and it doesn't matter how close you are. Same thing if you want to come to Manhattan from Staten Island, that if you're trying to come to Manhattan from the Bronx, you're out of district. I know it's silly. All right. So I'm going to give you a case scenario. Let's think about PS 123, and it has 20 kindergarten seats and the following students applied. So 5 zone students, 10 in-district students with a sibling at the school, 9 other in-district students, and 1 non-district student who attends PS 123. All right, because I like to do this, and no, I don't think you can. Who are the first students who are going to receive an offer? The zone students, the students who live in the district, the other in-district student, the student who is attending pre-K at the school, or the students who apply first. So let me know if you can. I know you can, so I'll give you the answer. Let's play. Ready? So first, of course, first order of priority, we have the first priority group, the zone students. So those go in first, and there are enough seats in the school for all zone students, so they all get a seat. Now, what happens if there are not enough seats for all zone students? Some students might get what's called list noticed, which is recommended to attend another school that is a sister school of the zone school that has the capacity to receive them. Next come in the next priority group, which is in-district students with siblings. That would be group 3. And there are enough seats for all these applicants, so they make it into the school. Then if we had an out-of-district student with siblings, that would go next, but nobody here actually meets the criteria. So then we look for students who attend the pre-K. So there's only 1 student in this group, enough seats, so we make them an offer. And so that student has an offer to that school. And then we have the 9 other in-district students, but there are more students in the next group than there are available seats in the school. So of these 9 students, offers will be made to children who need an accessible school, and that are in this priority group, and then randomly to the rest. And then what happens to the rest? Students who do not receive an offer will be added to the wait list if they ranked the school higher than the school that did make them an offer. What does that mean? So when you apply to kindergarten placements, you can apply to up to 12 programs. And you rank those programs in the order of true preference. So your favorite school will have number one, you place at number one. And then your next favorite school, and so on and so forth. You do not have to apply to a school yet you do not wish your child to attend, even if that school is your zone school. That means you do not have to apply to your zone school. However, please know that if you do not apply to your zone school, you may still get an offer from your zone school because your zone school has to serve the students in the area of the zone. So that is a possibility. So say you ranked PS 1, 2, 3 as your favorite school, that's your top school. And you were given an offer for PS 2, right? And you ranked PS 2 as your second choice. PS 1, 2, 3 is ranked higher. And so therefore, that means that you can be on the waiting list for PS 1, 2, 3. Now, if the opposite had been true, if you had ranked PS 1, 2, 3 as your second choice, and you had been given PS2 as your first choice, and you got an offer for PS2, then since you got the highest offer you could on the list, any other option, you do not need a waiting list. You're already at the highest preference that you indicated. I hope this makes sense. You just rank things in your order of true preference. Do not apply to a program that you are not interested in. Remembering that all of these things are going to come into play. Now, I'll repeat this again. It is not first come, first serve. You do have time to apply. The first person who applies will get the same opportunity to be sorted out as the last person who applies. There's no benefit in applying first. There is, though, a really great benefit in finding out your choices and organizing those choices in the best way you know how. All right. Now, there are some exceptions to the zoning school. So there's some districts that have non-zone schools. So for example, District 1 in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, District 7 in the South Bronx, District 23, Brownsville and Brooklyn. Those non-zone school districts, it means that there are no zones. So all schools will serve all students and will admit students not based necessarily on where they're located. And so each one of these schools in the district may have different admissions criteria depending on the school. So for example, District 7 is divided into a northern and a southern area, and students will get priority to the schools in their area of residence. If you live in the northern Bronx, in the, I guess, northern South Bronx, the north part of District 7, the schools in that area will give you preference. And if you live in the south part of District 7, the schools in that area will give you preference. So it's divided into north and south. District 1 has a diversity and admissions priority for students who are low income, students in temporary housing, students of color, and other factors. And again, for more information, you should and can visit the District 1 website. So just to recap before we move on into the non-school priority, is if you live in a non-school district, just generally the children will have the same chance of getting into any of the schools. So there's no real any zones, but the priorities are similar to zone schools. So you have who gets admitted first, if you have a sibling in the school, if you have preschool students in the school, if you live in the school district, and if you live outside the school district, those will have different priorities. So in some, first priority to children who live in the district and have a sibling. Second priority to children who live outside the district and have a sibling in the upcoming school year. Next priority level, children who live in the district and are currently enrolled in the school's preschool program. And finally, children who live outside the district and are currently enrolled in the school's preschool program. everyone else in the district, and all other children who live outside of the district. So I know it can get a little complicated. So one of the things that you really need to look at is, well, when I'm applying, do I have any of these heightened priorities for my child? Are there siblings? Is there a preschool? Are they attending a preschool? Are they continuing to preschool? And I think that after I've talked all this time, it's a good time to have some questions. So if there are any questions as of right now, we're almost halfway through, let me know. Vicente, we're doing okay? Okay. All right. Tatiana, I don't see any questions, so I'm going to keep going.
Yes, please do. No questions in the chat as of yet.
Okay. So when do you apply? You apply starting in December, which is past. Happy New Year. And then the last day to apply as of right now is January 20th, 2023. How do you apply? You can apply online, which is the Department of Education's preference, through myschools.nyc by creating your account and getting started. If you have more than one child, you can create an account with more than one child. Your account will have all your children. It is under a single account. You can also call the number that appears on the screen Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and have the Department of Education take your application. You can also apply apply at the Family Welcome Center, so at your district office. You should contact the Family Welcome Center first and schedule an appointment to complete an application. We suggest if you're able to do, thank you, Vicente. We suggest if you're able to go online and enter your application in My Schools to do so. And the reason for that is because you can do it at 3 in the morning. I hope you're not up at 3 in the morning, but if you are thinking about this, you can certainly go to your account and enter the application. You can also reorder your preferences. If you thought about something and you now prefer school A instead of school B, you can do that. But also because when the offers go out, you will find, and you don't find your email, it goes into your junk mail, your offer letter and your wait lists and all that information is going to be in your My Schools account. It won't get lost that way. Also because calling sometimes can take a little bit longer. You might be worried that the person who took the call might not have gotten down that information that you intended to give. So just for peace of mind, we do recommend doing it online.
And Daniela, we do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
They're asking, if a parent chooses to homeschool for kindergarten, but the child has an IEP, who coordinates / provides services such as speech or occupational therapy?
So for IEP questions, it's a separate webinar, and I would urge you to please take that webinar, but I'll answer the question, and that is that when you create the kindergarten IEP, if you're planning on homeschooling, the kindergarten IEP for a homeschool student might include related services like what you're saying. And then for the most part, the Department of Education might offer what's called a related services authorization letter, or a specific agency that might be able to provide the service. But the coordination and the contacting and the hiring might be left up to, not the hiring, I'm sorry, the contacting and the arranging of services after the IEP is being created might be something that is really left up to you to ensure that your child's getting services because you're not in a brick and mortar public school. Okay. I, at the end, will give some dates for the kindergarten IEP presentation, but it's also recorded on our website. I'm sorry, on our YouTube page for Advocates for Children. If you just Google Advocates for Children and YouTube, you will come up with all the webinars that we have, and you can just watch it there. It's about an hour, or you can join us live. We will also have a question and answer session that's geared towards families who are already familiar with this webinar and the Turning 5 Kindergarten IEP webinar next Friday. I'll give information about that later too. Thank you for that question. And all right, so let's talk about something everybody really asks, which is gifted and talented programs. So how do you apply to gifted and talented programs, and what are gifted and talented programs? So gifted and talented programs are accelerated instruction for eligible students. So it is the same curriculum, the same general education curriculum that most public schools, all public schools offer, but it's offered in an accelerated manner for, like I said, eligible students. And it's a pretty much self-selected group. I mean, parents apply on behalf of students that believe, in their belief, that these students can take the rigorous programming. So you can apply, and this is new, to gifted and talented programs through the kindergarten application process. You can find the gifted and talented programs that you might be interested in using one of the filters on My Schools. And children who apply will be evaluated by their preschool teachers or by someone from the Department of Education. So there is the eligibility requirement is really based on this evaluation that the preschool teacher will do or that the Department of Education staff will do. Offers will be made to eligible students based on admissions priorities, such as siblings in district for the specific schools that have been that you applied to. So if you're interested in a gifted and talented program at a specific school, the same admissions priority will apply in addition to the eligibility for that gifted and talented program. Okay. All right, so some tips, and you've heard me say this, but I can't say it enough, which is you really, when you apply, rank schools in your order of true preference. If you do not like a school, if you do not want to apply to a school, please do not apply to it. When we did our kindergarten admissions for my eldest, for example, I really didn't like my zone school. So we didn't apply to the zone school. We applied to a whole bunch of other different schools that were within our district and that we thought we could get into. We were strategic about it, and that met the criteria for what we wanted. However, when the offers came out, of course, our zone school was the first offer that the Department of Education gave us. And what we did is we went to pre-register. And that would be our second tip, which is that whatever offer you get, you should always go to pre-register. What you're doing when you're pre-registering for a kindergarten placement is you are accepting the Department of Education's offer, of course, but you're also saying, I'm just saving a seat. At that point, then the waiting lists become active. So once you pre-register somewhere, you stay on a waiting list. And so what we did is, we pre-registered, and then we did get an offer from another school. And then we went to pre-register to that school. And then we moved up our list of preferences. So this part is very important. Please rank your schools in order of preference, because you are going to be waitlisted on schools that have space for you, that are above the school that you were offered. So if you were offered school number 5 in your list of schools, you're still waitlisted for schools number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Do think about, you have to be strategic about this admissions priority. So how possible is it for you to go to a school? Is it a long shot, or is it just something that might require a little nudge? So it might be a good idea to apply to your zone school if you like it, or to a school that is likely to admit your child, which is something that we did. And then consider transportation, and then consider all the other factors that matter to you. Let's talk about transportation a little bit. I think that's the next slide. Hold on. Yes, it is. So I'll say first about students, transportation is offered to students first if it's on their IEPs. So students with disabilities may be entitled to door-to-door busing or other specialized transportation accommodations if that is recommended on their IEP. They could also get an accommodation of a matron on the bus, of a short run on the bus, a number of different things as per the IEP. In kindergarten, a child is eligible to receive a MetroCard or other transportation if the school is more than half a mile from the home and is in district. So if it's a walking distance from your home, you will be offered a yellow school bus if the school is in your district, and if the school has applied for yellow bus service and a stop near your home exists or can be created. So some schools do not have yellow bus service, but if they do, you may be able to get a yellow bus only, as I said, if you live in district, and there's a stop near your home where one can be created. If not, you get a Metro card if you live half a mile more or more from home, from the school. Now, kindergarten students who are living in shelters are eligible for yellow bus service. So that's completely separate. Of course, they are eligible for yellow bus service, and kindergarten students in foster care may be eligible even if they attend school outside of the district where they live. And that's true for temporary students in temporary housing as well. Okay. If no bus route exists, as I said, your child would get a Metro card. Let's see. What else? Where you can find some information. If you have difficulty with busing at the beginning of the year, your child is entitled to busing. The address that you can contact is early childhood busing at schools.nyc.gov, or the phone number that appears on the screen. If you need more information or forms, for example, for transportation exemptions, you can always find that information at schools.nyc.gov transportation. And this is a good time to get questions. And I see there's one in the chat and says, good morning, my child's an IEP and this year is going to kinder, has a sibling in a school and she took the IEP, but I was told that I have to take the steps to be able to register my child in another school until after an evaluation has been created to see if he's going to attend a special education school, but that I cannot reserve or see another school without making a last evaluation. My question is it possible that my child will be without placement for any school? Okay, so let me just break it down a little bit. The IEP process and the special education process is a completely separate process. It runs parallel with the kindergarten admissions process. It does not intersect yet. At this point, every family who has a New York City public school student does not have a kindergarten IEP. You do not know what services your child is going to need for the start of the school year until after the new IEP has been created. What does that mean? The kindergarten admissions process is not considering whether your child needs services, what services they need, or how long they will need services for. The kindergarten admissions process only considers, do you have a child who is turning 5 in 2023? Was your child born in 2018? If so, we have a school for you. So you're going to apply to a public school in the same manner as you would if your child didn't have an IEP. Of course, you obviously want to think about, what would be the best possible strategy for you if, for example, my daughter needed outdoor space because, highly active and in need of just, ants in your pants type of stuff. She needed to just get a lot of her wiggles out. She wasn't going to be able to pay attention. We got her some assistive technology for kindergarten, so that was also a consideration. But when we applied to kindergarten, we applied seeing what type of school do we need for her. Not because we knew what services she might need, but just because we knew that she was going to kindergarten. So let me say this another way. If you have a child who's turning 5, apply to kindergarten. You do not have to wait to an evaluation. You do not have to wait until you know what services they might need or might not need or what type of services they are. Apply to kindergarten, because that is the only thing that the kindergarten admissions process cares about, is that you have a child and that child needs a spot and that you want the spot. Okay? All right. If I did not answer your question, please ask it again, or let me know and I'm happy to go over it. Let me see if there are more questions. Tatiana, any more questions for the time being?
Not right now. Let me just double check on Facebook and nothing there either.
Okay, great. So let's keep going. I'm minding the time. All right, so what happens after the kindergarten admissions process is over? So January 20th is here, midnight has hit, the Department of Education's computers start sorting and organizing all the applications. So you should expect offers made in early April, more or less. This is not a hard date. Around April, you then accept and register. So no matter what offer you get, if you're displeased, Remember, there are possibilities of waiting lists. You accept the offer as it saves your spot at the school. It does not stop you from getting an offer to a school that has you on their wait list. And it does not affect specialized programs admissions. It doesn't have to do with special education. Remember, you're also waitlisted automatically to any school that you ranked higher in the application than the school that made you an offer, okay? And on these wait lists, so I get this question a lot, so in case somebody had this question, so what do you do if you're on the wait list? So a lot of parents call the school and ask, well, how many students are on the wait list before me? I'm really, really interested, and I love the school. And if somebody just drops out, is it possible to move up the wait list, et cetera, just so you can get an idea of how it's going to go. We've had clients that on the very same day have pre-registered in 3 different schools, just because they move up the wait list very quickly. So they accept them, and this, it can be a little crazy, because, this one client, for example, accepted and registered in one school when they got a phone call from another school, rushed to the other school that was higher on their ranking on their list, and then rushed to the other school to pre-register. They were very, very happy. And then they got a call from another school that was even ranked higher. So in a day, they just went through 3 different registrations, and all they did was save a seat. Okay. And then also there are medical or reasonable accommodations transfers. So if you find yourself at the end of this process that there's a child care hardship, there's a safety hardship, or there's a medical reason, you can also request reasonable accommodations and transfers. I'll get to questions in just a minute. I wanted to talk a little bit more about registration, and then we'll get into that. All right, so how do you register in school? So before the start of the school in September of 2023, you're going to need to accept the offer and pre-register your child, and that happens immediately after you get your initial offer in April, right? Or roughly April. You should contact the school directly to learn when and how to pre-register. Oftentimes they have specific open hours for parents to come in to do pre-registrations, and you want to find out when those are going to be. What are you going to need? You're going to need proof of your child's age, like a birth certificate, a passport, a record of baptism. When we talk about passport, it is not intended to show any proof of citizenship, as we'll mention in just a minute. It's just intended to show your age, your child's age, excuse me. You're going to need 2 proofs of where you live. You can use a lease, you can use a deed, you can use a mortgage statement, gas, electric, water, cable, property tax bill, rent receipt, payroll, voter registration, documentation from government agencies. So if you're getting food stamps, if you're getting public benefits, you can use that as well to show your address. Any ID that's issued by the government, like a New York City, an ID NY is the New York City ID card, driver's license, income tax form, membership documents that are based on residency. Oh my God, so many different things, but you cannot use a phone bill, a credit card bill, or a health insurance card. So if you have none of these things, you can also get an affidavit if you're renting a room from somebody and you have absolutely nothing that has your address. You can also get, you can call us. We'll give you ideas as to what to do. This is not the worst things. If you're in temporary housing, you should say so. So that the school doesn't require a lot of information right away. They can conduct investigations later. Things that you do not need. You do not need to provide proof of citizenship. You do not need to provide a social security number. Now remember, all families are the same, regardless of where we came from, what language we speak, or how cute we are. We are supposed to be treated the same. So the admission is not required. You don't have to be a citizen. You don't have to be a U.S. resident. You don't have to have normalized immigration status to go to New York City Public School. You just have to have a child that is turning 5 this year. All right. So if you live in temporary housing, such as a shelter, or if you're doubled up with another family because you lost your housing, because you recently arrived, don't worry if you don't have the documents. When you go to register, let the school know that you live in temporary housing. They will provisionally enroll you. They have to provisionally enroll you. They cannot refuse to enroll your child because you do not have proof of address or other documents. I think I saw another question.
Yes.
So why don't I take a moment and answer that one before I get into this?
Yeah, I can read it for you, Liliana, if you want.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So one of our parents are saying, based on back to the wait list, they say, how do you apply for a wait list for a charter school, autistic charter school? I know they have limited seats. I just want to make sure my son's on the wait list at least.
Let me finish first this slide, because the next slide is actually about charter schools, and I promise you I will answer that. The short answer is that you need to contact the charter school directly, especially if this is, I now have forgotten the name of, is this the Ideal School? One of the specialized charter schools. There are not that many. So contact them directly to see what is the criteria for admissions, what is their process for admissions, and what documents they need, because they will know specifically how to do so. Now, because charter schools are different, you're not going to be applying to any charter schools through the New York City Department of Education's kindergarten admissions process. I will tell you in just a minute how to do that. I just want to get through this slide. Okay. All right. So when you accept a kindergarten's offer, you pre-register your child at the school. What are you doing? You're taking your child off the wait list for other schools, or are you reserving a seat for your child at that school? Is it that you're applying to charter schools, or all of the above? Now you know what you're doing. You're just reserving a seat for your child at that school. That's it. That's all you're doing. And you're staying within the admissions game. I like to call it, you have played musical chairs. It's like musical chairs. All you're doing is reserving a seat so you can stay in the game. If you abandon your chair, it's given up to somebody else, and so you do not have a reserved seat. So it's a really important thing to do pre-registration, and then to continue looking for the options that you're interested in. Let's talk about charter schools, and maybe this will answer a little bit better Shulaidi's questions, which is the charter schools, as you know, they're free public schools, but they're not run by the Department of Education. They're run by a nonprofit board of trustees, so a group of interested parties that are making sure that the school is run properly. How do you apply? You apply differently. You apply directly to the school, which is what I would suggest for the specialized charter schools. Contact the school, ask what their admissions process is, if it's a rolling admission process, or if it's a deadline process, which most charter schools have a deadline process. Most applications are going to be looked at after April 1st. So you apply, and then after April 1st, they do the same thing as the Department of Education does with the lottery system for those applications. Okay, you cannot apply to a charter school using the Department of Education's kindergarten application. That's a completely different process. It is a later process. You can apply directly to the school or online at the address that appears on screen near nycchartersschools.org/apply. Now, note that the applications are due after the New York City Department of Education admissions process has ended. You can do both processes if you're really interested in charter schools and public schools, or if you want to keep your options open, you can have an offer from the Department of Education public schools and also get an offer from a charter school, and then decide what you want to do. Now think though about what you are interested in, what your preference might be. Charter schools are required to implement IEPs, the same as the Department of Education non-specialized schools, but sometimes they might say that they don't have the class that a student's IEP requires. All that they're required to provide is related services. And most charter schools do not have special classes. So they might have the related services of speech, occupational therapy, counseling, maybe SETs, but they are not required to create a class or provide a service that they do not have, including creating classes like 12-to-1s or 12-to-1-to-1s. So if you have a child who has a disability, or if you have a child who might need additional supports and services, consider what the charter school offers when determining whether to apply, and if accepted, determining whether or not to accept an offer. Okay. Hopefully I answered some of the questions that were there before. One if that of the zone schools has special classes like District 75 around my area. So it's this, so because in this process, you're not applying, and you cannot apply to specialized programs such as District 75 programs, you're applying to typical public schools. So what I would do is reach out to your preschool provider and ask what typically students like who have a similar profile to my child do. If none of the zone schools have special classes, there are classes in the district where you reside, or classes or schools that nearby that will likely offer the special education services that your child needs. But I would reach out at this point to this to your preschool provider. Now, a note about specialized classes in District 75, all special education school settings, and that is, as we will explain next week in the kindergarten IEP presentation, is that the Department of Education is required to offer you a placement that can implement the IEP as written. So when you create your child's IEP, if the IEP says District 75, specialized schools, specialized programs, small class size, and you have pre-registered in a community school that does not have it, the Department of Education has to make you an offer. You don't have to go and search and hunt and find it, but rather the Department of Education has to find you a spot, okay? So right now what you're going to do is to do your best to find a school that makes sense for you. And a recommendation, like I said, is speak with your preschool provider to see what students like yours have done in the past. Where do they go? And what do they suggest? And that might be just a good place to start. But know that you are not the one who has to look for things. The Department of Education does. All right. So let's talk a little bit. And I think this is what I was just saying. And forgive me because I have forgotten that I had this slide here, which is that students with disabilities will have an IEP meeting this year to recommend services for kindergarten. And then after the IEP meeting, in addition to giving you the IEP, you're going to get a letter like this one in the spring or early summer, certainly by June 15th, which is called a school location letter. Okay. On the top, it says prior written notice, but what makes it a school location letter is that it has the specific address where the Department of Education says that you can receive the services. And in general, it should have the same recommendation on the IEP. It should say exactly what it says on the IEP in terms of what type of classroom and what supports they're going to need. And it's going to state the school that the Department of Education is going to offer you for your child. Now, if your child is recommended for general education, an integrated co-teaching or ICT class, or a special class in a district, in a community school, in a non-specialized school, for the most part, the school location letter is going to state the school that you were offered through the kindergarten admissions process. That placement is not going to be given based on what's recommended on your child's IEP. So if you're recommended for a non-specialized community school setting, you're probably going to get the recommendation for the school that has already admitted you through the kindergarten admissions process. However, if you're recommended for a District 75 setting, that school is going to be different because it is not a community school, it is a specialized school, okay? So you're gonna get a different recommendation. Now, what do you do? In most cases, because it's going to restate the same school that the child was offered or where you have already pre-registered, the non-specialized schools, you're going to want to contact the school to make sure that they can offer the services that the IEP recommends. So if they don't have one right now, even if the letter says that it's recommended for that type of program, it doesn't mean that the school plans to have one. So you do have to verify and make sure that the school does. And if it doesn't, the Department of Education, you can contact the Department of Education. We'll have a point person. We'll talk about that next week for a placement recommendation to be made in a timely fashion. Okay, it does get a little bit more complicated for families of kids with disabilities in this transition process because you don't have enough information right now to know what type of school your child needs. And by the time you get that information, the kindergarten admissions process is over. So there's a little bit of guessing. Fortunately, you do have your current providers that can offer you support and information. And also you have a general idea of what your child might need, right? Also know that it's not the last time you'll have an opportunity to find and look for schools. So it is a kindergarten admissions process. It is a big deal. It is a big change. It's emotionally difficult for parents, especially new parents that are coming into kindergarten. We are a little fragile because they're our babies. And now they're going to kindergarten. It's a really big deal. They're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's just a very difficult, emotionally fraught process. Okay. And I remember being particularly challenged by this. And I hope you guys are feeling a little bit better about this process. To really just take it step by step. But by the end of the process, veteran parents can tell you that they fared pretty well for the most part. All right, let's take another moment to get questions. Tatiana, are there any questions?
Yes, we just had one come in. They're saying, what happens if you don't register your child since you don't want them in a regular school?
So you continue with the special education process. And if your child is recommended for a specialized school, it's a bit of a gamble. Because if your child is recommended for a specialized school and a specialized program, and you know for a fact there is no chance your child is going to be able to go to a non-specialized community school because of their level of need, you can anticipate that, then you don't apply to kindergarten. It's just you don't have a saved seat anywhere. The danger of it is that, so if you apply to a community school, if you really don't have, if you know, and this is not something that's weighing heavily on you because you know your child is going to go into a District 75 program, I would still apply to your zone school just to have a spot, just to have a seat. Because worst case scenario, which is very rare, I don't want to scare anybody, it is very, very rare. The question was, what happens if you don't register your child since you don't want them in a regular school? That was the question. In a very, very rare worst case scenario situation, your child has been recommended to a District 75 setting, and you have visited the setting that was recommended. You find that it is not appropriate. You do not want to place your child in a classroom that is not appropriate, cannot implement the IEP, and you're still waiting for an appropriate recommendation. Your child still has a seat. It is not an appropriate seat. It is not a place where you want your child to be, but it's better than home. And it definitely forces the Department of Education to prioritize offering you a placement, because it is not that you're in a specialized inappropriate placement, it is that you're not in a placement that is even remotely appropriate. So that urgency is important when recommending another spot. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, please come back and let me know. Because remember, this is your training, not mine. Okay. All right. Taking a detour, let's talk a little bit about, let me see. Okay, got it. Language access and translation and interpretation services in public schools. So the New York City Department of Education is required to offer free translation and interpretation in at least the major languages spoken in New York City, which are listed here: Arabic, Bengali, Chinese, French, Haitian, Creole, Korean, Russian, Spanish, and Urdu. But even if you speak a language that is not on this list, you're still entitled to translation and interpretation services of letters, forms, meeting notices, report cards, and special education documents upon request. You do have to make that request. Interpretation should be provided for free. Parent-teacher conferences, parent association meetings, suspension hearings, meetings with school staff, special education meetings. Again, for free. You have a right to translation and interpretation no matter what language you speak, even if it's not one of them. But you do have to request them. And I've mentioned this a number of times because it is very important that each time you request the service, you can access interpretation in other languages over the phone and sometimes in person, depending on availability. So you don't have a right to a specific type of interpretation service. You do have a right to interpretation, okay? If you have language access complaints, you can call the number that appears on the screen or hello@schools.nyc.gov. All right. And last but not least, we're getting to our application resources page. Where can you find some more information? You can go on our website to our Advocates for Children's Kindergarten Admissions Guide. It's actually written in a question and answer format. So we've anticipated and recorded most of your frequently asked questions and have tried to answer them as best as we can. But there's also a lot of resources for the online application in myschools.nyc. You can see the public schools admissions guide, or you can go to the Department of Education's website for their kindergarten page. What else can you do? You can seek additional supports in the family welcome centers, which are your district's office, which are located throughout the city. You should certainly call to schedule an appointment or email them to schedule an appointment so that they know that you're coming and they're able to receive you. You can also contact the Department of Education's Office of Student Enrollment if you have any problems during this process, if you find yourself that nothing has been offered, or if you have a specific situation, or you can contact us. You can certainly call Synergia as well. Our helpline number appears on the screen. It's also, as I said, right behind me on this side. And we're live Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4. And again, we're free. So there's that little piece. What else? For families who have students with disabilities, we have a companion to our kindergarten admissions guide is the Turning 5 guide, which has, again, anticipated the questions that we've heard throughout the years regarding this Turning 5 kindergarten IEP process. So that's a place to go. It's available in Spanish as well on our website, so you can turn to that too. The Department of Education also has a whole bunch of resources in their Turning 5 website, and of course, including their kindergarten orientation guide for families and students with disabilities entering kindergarten. District 75 has their own website with additional information and a whole bunch of support, and also the specialized programs that you can apply to. They're not kindergarten admissions. This is a completely different thing. It's specialized programs such as Nest, Horizon, AIMS, iReads, etc., that we will discuss next week if you join us. And I know he is recording this, but if they are, then you can listen to a recording next week if you can get it. And then finally, if you can attend, I don't know if there are any left at this point, but there are a whole bunch of recorded kindergarten orientation meetings in recorded sessions or pre-recorded sessions. It says here there's one on January 24th, which is suspicious to me, considering that is after the Department of Education has ended their kindergarten admissions process. So it might be specifically geared, of course, towards the kindergarten IEP. I like these live sessions because you have Department of Education staff and specialized staff that can answer specific requests about tricky things that we may not know about because they're particularly, hey Roberta, because they're not particularly general. And then with that, call us with questions. So again, we're Advocates for Children of New York. We're sisters with Synergia. We're partners. You can reach either one of us. Do not sleep on a question. Please call us. We probably have an answer, or we can find an answer for you. So if there are any questions, I am happy to answer them right now. Or later.
Thank you, Liliana, for such a wonderful presentation.
So we are for having me.
The floor for questions. If you guys have any questions for Liliana, please feel free to write in the Q&A or in the chat. I'll be happy to read them. If not, I will be activating a poll before you leave today, so just please stay a little bit longer if there's no more questions. We will be having the kindergarten IEP presentation next Thursday on January 12th here in our offices in person. I will be sending out an email for everybody to register. There is limited seating capacity. So once I send that out, please make sure to reserve your seat right away. If you, for some reason, are unable to make it, and if you've reserved a seat, please cancel the ticket. And so we're able to give another parent an opportunity to join us in person. It will be at the same time. We'll be doing it from 10:30 to 12 here in our offices in East Harlem. All of the information I'll be sending out today in the email will be there, time, location, address, and where to reserve your seat via Eventbrite. So if there's no more questions for today, I want to say a big thank you to Liliana for this wonderful presentation on the kindergarten admission. And I think we actually do have a question right here. Will there be an IEP seminar via Zoom for those who can't make it on the 12th? We will definitely try to record the session, if anything, and upload it to our Facebook or YouTube page later on. Right now, we're not doing any hybrid models quite yet. We're in the midst of updating our equipment, but we will be eventually having hybrid presentations as well later on throughout the spring. But for now, this one will just be in person. We'll be definitely try to record it to post it online for those that can't make it.
But also know that Advocates for Children has a YouTube page, and we've recorded all of the webinars this year in English and a few in Spanish. So if you're looking for the kindergarten IEP, it's already on our website, and it's a presentation similar to this one. It runs about a little over an hour. So feel free to go and check it out if you can't make it next week.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, you can definitely send it to other parents who have children with special needs to register as well. It is definitely open to anybody. If you know parents, other professionals, please feel free to share the registration link for next week's presentation. So I will be pulling up the poll right now. There's no questions on Facebook, so I'll be launching the poll. Please ignore the title of the poll right now, but please fill it out. And for those that are viewing us on Facebook, I will be stopping the stream, and thank you so much for joining us.